Making your way through work Monday takes everything you got. Then Monday night rolls around and you realize there's a shot. You're only 10 points away. All those times when your team had no fight, they're just so gosh darn frail. Then your star quarterback let another deep ball sail, and your third round pick bet on his team. Then go check out our streets where everybody knows your pain, and they listen to complaints. You wanna be where you can see our bodies bring you no shame. You wanna go where everybody knows your pain.
Into Mock Monday. Hey.
Mock Monday. We're back, baby.
Super original.
We're back. Welcome back, Mario.
Thanks, dude. Thank you. I am trying to let the people know in here one more minute. I'm excited to be back. I'm trying to play catch up, getting caught up on everything, dude. It's been crazy. Vegas was fun. It was cool. It was a work thing it was really a good time. I had a lot of fun.
Was that your first time in Vegas?
Second. And I told myself I would never go back.
And
then there I was.
First.
Yeah.
Yeah, I said the same exact thing.
Dude, yeah, it's I didn't gamble at all this time around, but I did have some good drinks, and I mean it was cool because like I work remote. A little bit about myself, I work remote, and I've never met most of my team, and by most I've only met my boss. So it was nice to finally meet a lot of people that I work in this company with. It was cool.
Sounds like a good time, dude. Where'd you stay at?
Mandalay Bay, baby.
Okay.
I'm gonna start this in like a minute here. Yeah, Mandalay is kind of nice. When I first went, we went to Farquaad. It has to be, right? It has to be. Dan Don's my
cousins.
Yeah. Let's start this baby up. Norton's here,
yeah.
So we should be good.
Take it off. Let's roll, baby.
Everyone.
He just wanted JJ. That's why he took the 1-1.
Who did he take there? Justin Jefferson?
Yeah. Yeah, he just wanted that 1-1 to get JJ. Can't blame him.
Cody's not here. I don't see a green dot. Oh, all right. So we got JJ off rip. CMC was second.
He's probably gonna. I mean, he would take Chase anyways, I would assume.
Hey, it is cold in Ohio right now. And by cold, I mean it's getting down to the low 60s. Ooh, we got Kelsey 4.
A little lane. Yeah, so I'm happy that Cooper Kupp fell to me here. So I'm gonna go with Cooper Kupp.
Wait, give it a second here. How many? Oh,
whoopsie.
Not a problem. I just saw the other guy didn't have a green bubble.
Okay.
You try to make it work for everyone.
Yeah, you're right. I should have waited. But let's go through it. So we go Justin Jefferson with the 1-1, Christian McCaffrey at the 1-2, Jamar Chase 1-3, Travis Kelce 1-4. Interesting. I don't hate it, but it's interesting. And then I went Cooper Kupp at the 1-5. And this is 1 QB redraft for this season. So
this is so wild, dude. Look at the wide receivers. I know it's been talked about a ton. I know it's nonstop talked about, but like 3 wide receivers in the first 5, and we're not done yet. There's gonna be more.
I mean, you could really, and you can argue Kelce, right? Like
Bijan go in there. Oh
yeah, I was wondering when Bijan was gonna go.
Wow, this is a tough spot. Nine's pretty rough.
So it looks like we have one person on auto right now.
I'm stressed.
But that's it. Everyone else is live, so this is just a quick mock. We'll see where this takes us. I'm excited, dude. Hopefully, mock draft Mondays is always fun. William, I believe, is Will. So it looks like Will hopped in with us.
Dude, I just took Chubb at the 9 hole. The 9 hole, I took Chubb. Look,
Yeah.
it goes JT. I probably could have gone AJ Brown there.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. It felt right. Just
RB run real quick. That's interesting, huh?
I took Chubb over Barkley and Taylor, and I feel the only reason it's over Barkley. So I wanted to go RB because just I had to zag here. We saw what the trend was. The only reason I went Chubb over Barkley there is because I'm really scared about Barkley. I'm kind of scared about the situation.
Why are you scared?
I don't. JJ, Josh Jacobs, Barkley. These running backs are sick of getting treated like scum.
Oh, so you're just worried about the contract issues?
Yeah.
Not like a reason
we're in
for
June,
him.
right?
Okay.
Yeah. So like if we were drafting for our season right now and I know he is not playing, it makes sense, right? Like, but
Yeah.
most of my drafts are in August. I'll have more information. But you have to imagine if you are drafting in August and Barkley is in the exact same situation, there's no way you're not taking Chubb over him. None.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I get it though. It's August versus June, but I mean, I'm just playing it like we're starting tomorrow. I went Wilson over Diggs and Devontae too, so I'm feeling real froggy.
I like your setup so far. I do. I like where you're going with it. Okay, so for me, I have two thoughts. I can pair up two super star wide receivers in my mind and play kind of zero QB, but I'm so in love with Tony Pollard this season that I'm going to go with TP. And I know he would not get back to me because I know Norton loves him just as much as I do. And he would have taken
Norton's
him
probably
there.
flipping right now. He's
I
probably
know, and
flipping.
I wish I could hear him. So,
oh, look at Cody with Josh Jacobs going on there.
Yeah, so I'm fine with that because I think I'll be able to get some good value later for some receivers. Waddle was my other pick. I mean, it was between Waddle and Pollard for me right there.
You think I get my guy here coming back, right? Have to. It's going to be close. You know who.
Goes Brees. I like it.
Ooh, the double RB, and he's loving that too. You know, he loves both of those guys. So taking Brees, Ramondre.
I don't hate it.
That's a solid. I feel like he's done this 101 pick before, or this may be the first time.
He knows what he's doing.
But like,
here.
look at that squad right now. I would be pretty happy with that. Brees might start off slow, but the one guy commented in the chat, Lando, who I think he joined up from when I posted in like the mock draft for Sleeper. Tyreek and Stephon Diggs probably will never happen. I also probably allowed that to happen by going Chubb and Wilson. Tyreek and Diggs, dude, that's a nasty combo too.
Yeah. I'm just preparing for my next pick here, so don't.
You stressing?
No, I'm just trying to figure out who I'm going to go with here.
What are you thinking?
It's between T and Devonta.
You got to go Devonta. You have him ranked higher.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I do. I just want to take T to piss you off, but I'm going to go with Devonta right there.
Yeah. Oh, there goes T Higgins right after.
In the auto.
You had to go Devontae because you told me T shouldn't be ranked higher than Devontae. No way, dude.
I have them. You want to know what I did today?
Did you move them up? Did you bump
I readjusted rankings. They are one spot.
Hey.
One spot together. 17-18 for me right now.
Oh, you went down then. T and
no.
Where was T before?
21.
Wow. Was Devontae always that low? I always thought Devontae was higher. Was he?
No. Yeah, he's always been right there.
Oh shit, I'm up. Well, I mean, this seems like a gift. I'll do it. We'll run it back.
Yep, I saw that coming. I like it. That's where he's going.
I wanted T. So. Yeah. I mean, that seems like an even value. It showed 24 as his ADP.
So the only reason I was really contemplating, I don't want to say it's the only reason, but I was semi thinking about going with T. Higgins right there, is because I could come back with a Joe Burrow.
I don't think you get Joe Burrow.
You don't think he falls to it?
I don't think. I don't even think it's close. I think he's gone before my next pick, especially if we get auto picks, which just happened right there.
All right, well there goes the one and
I
only.
think it was an auto pick, but he's still green, so I don't know if it did.
It looked like an auto pick. Maybe he had him in his queue.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think Joe's getting out of the third in regular. I don't think it looks like we're going to see 4 quarterbacks go before the third round. This is wild because this is the first redraft mock we've done in the season. So this is like, I literally haven't looked at any of the ADPs in depth enough to know this, but like I know by the end of the summer we're usually like really well in tune with like where everyone's going. But watching 4,
man, he's going
third.
Straight heavy receiver set here. AJ Brown, CeeDee Lamb, DK Metcalf, and Amari Cooper to start off his draft.
Kind of odd for a mock, right? Like I don't think that's a bad strategy normally, and maybe that's what he's kind of like playing out.
I think that's what I mean. If it's me doing a mock, I like trying different sort of things that I normally don't do, just to see how it goes
on it, which kind of stinks. You know what I mean? Like he can't execute if he's going like wide receiver
fully,
heavy
because we're not going to do a full draft,
right?
Yeah.
Do I complete the wild card here? Oh, wide receivers got ugly fast.
So while you're thinking, I'm going to go through. We haven't really hit any of these players in a long time, but I'm going to go through. We'll go second round real quick. It was at the 2-1 CeeDee Lamb, then Amon-Ra St. Brown at 2-2, Derrick Henry at 2-3, Garrett Wilson goes at 2-4. Stephon Diggs at the 2-5, Devontae Adams going at 2-6, Patty Mahomes going at 2-7, and then I went with Tony Pollard at 2-8. Chris Olave goes at 2-9, Josh Jacobs at the 2-10, Jalen Waddle 2-11, and Breece Hall 2-12. And then going back into the third. Are you up yet, Mario? Not yet. Oh, you went. Okay. Why don't you hit the third, and I'll think about my pick.
Are we starting from 3-1, right?
Starting at 3-1.
All right. Yeah, because that's where Norton did his double Sandy of the RBs. Got Ramondre at 3-1. Gibbs went 3-2. Mark Andrews 3-3. ETN 3-4. Devontae Smith 3-5. T. Higgins 3-6. Najee 3-7. Josh. Oh, QB run on there. Josh Allen 3-8. Jalen Hurts 3-9. Joe Burrow 3-10. And then it was Kenny Walker 3-11. DK Metcalf at 3-12. That dude has 4, as Rob said, 4 wide receivers. Follows up with Amari Cooper at the 4-1, Debo at 4-2, DeAndre Hopkins at the 4-3, where I get J.K. Dobbins at the 4-4. This was also hard for me to do because he's starting to become in the category the same as Barkley and Jacobs. So this was also another tough pick for me, but I just started, getting in on the J.K. Dobbins love. And man, it just makes me a little nervous what these RBs are planning on doing. I like it. I want them to do this, but it's making it tough. Yeah. You were hoping Herbert would fall back to you.
I really did.
Expecting all these QBs to fall.
Yeah. It's the 4th round, and we have 7 QBs.
But you've seen their ADP. That is nuts. That is,
dude. That's insane. Nuts. That's insane. Yeah.
I don't know if this is like their ADPs are skewed, but I clicked PPR, so I think it pulls the PPR 1 QB.
That's fine, but it's crazy to me that there's been 7 QBs taken in the first 4 rounds.
This is the most different year to draft I've ever seen.
Yes.
And yes, we may have only been doing a show for the past 2 years. I have literally been playing since I was 12 or 13 in 2006. And maybe 14.
Yeah, it's
the most wild. It's wild, dude.
It's a different thing this year for sure.
I don't hate it, that
but you got to be. You really have to figure out ADPs. You have to really know your league and your league rules. especially this season because it's a changing of the guard with a lot of things.
It is. It is. Running back, especially, I find it super interesting to see that tight ends are relatively unchanged. That's one of the other crazy parts about there. I was going to steal him from you, but like,
Miles.
look, now 4 tight ends in 5 rounds is very normal for a season. We see that very often. If anything, this may be a little later, but like it's almost unchanged. Everything else is it's so different. We got wide receivers going like crazy in the first round. In this mock, though, we had a decent amount of running backs.
Yeah, I'm surprised with how many RBs went in the first round of this draft, for sure.
Well, I knew I was following. So I went RB there at 9 because I knew I was following up with Garrett Wilson right after.
Mm-hmm.
So I could have done wide receiver, seen what that build looked like. But test this out. I'm hearing all the talk about Nick Chubb catching passes out of the backfield. It's getting me all hype.
Yeah. I mean, I think he'll have the most close to the most pass catches of his career this season.
Oh, dude,
I don't know.
Are rough.
I don't think he's gonna get a ton of he's not gonna get up to 280 rushes or anything like that. Then T-Law goes in the interesting.
You still sleeping on your quarterback, huh?
Well, so there's 2 ways to play this, right? So there's a heavy run on QBs super early in this draft. So for me, it probably makes more sense to just wait a little bit and try to gain an advantage in the receiver department or the RB department, which I think I did in the wide receiver department with Cooper Kupp, Devonta Smith, and DJ Moore. And then I still have Tony Pollard and Miles Sanders for me as a top 15 running back this season. So for me, I have 2 of my top. I mean, Tony Pollard's number 2 for me for RB. Sanders is 15, and then I have 3 of my top 20 wide receivers. So to wait on the QB, yeah, it sucks, but the way they were going, I wasn't willing to spend that capital.
Can you make us a little bit bigger here or
Yep.
something? The interesting thing about what you're doing here is the late QB is a lot tougher than it felt last season. Although we missed on a lot of those guys, Kirk Cousins was still a great option in the later rounds. Oh, do I want to go? Oh my God. This is really just making me super nervous every time I do a pick here. Ugh. I'm running out of time, Rob. I'm running out of time. I got to go K-Makers.
You love you some Cam.
I want to see, dude, I want to do wide receiver, but it's so dry already. It's real dry. And I feel like the value with RBs are pretty nice right now.
No, 100%. And that's why I wanted to get 3 of my wide receivers quick, because I think the value falls off very fast. That's
where we're going to have. That's where I took a QB is probably like if I snuck one more wide receiver there. See, I just don't know if Jalen Hurts has the year like he did last year. I'm happy with my choice.
See, this is what I thought was going to happen. Now you got an RB run. I'm comfortable with my setup right now. And my love for Darren Waller this season. So I'm filling out the way I want to go because I have Waller ahead of a couple of the other tight ends already off the board. So I'm very comfortable with where I'm at. I think I got value. I know you don't like it.
Yeah, you got.
I know you don't like it.
That's Wayne Boozled.
I love him.
What, he's played 50% of his games. The last 2 seasons, he's been decreasing in efficiency. What is there? I don't know.
We went through the numbers last time.
He's decreasing in efficiency.
He was still on pace for 100 targets. I'm very comfortable with where I'm at. Okay, so
you knock T. Higgins' pace for injuries, but Darren Waller only playing 50%. No knock there.
Different positions. Different positions. It makes a difference, dude.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
How many tight ends? How many tight ends play a full season?
A lot.
Really?
Kelsey last year.
Okay. Go on.
TJ Hawkinson last year.
but in his career has been injury prone. George Kittle gets hurt every season.
Last year he played almost a full season.
Almost a full
We're
season.
not talking 50% of games, though.
Coder
Rob.
gets hurt every season.
We're not talking 50% of games for any of these guys, except for maybe Kittle.
Before the last 2 seasons, he was relatively healthy.
Well, he's getting old. What do you want?
Yeah, I'm comfortable.
What is he, 31?
I'm comfortable, man. They have no other pass catchers on that team.
Paris Campbell isn't a pass catcher, you're saying? You bite
Paris
your
Campbell's...
tongue.
Okay.
That's a Buckeye alumni right there.
This is where it gets weird.
This is his team. And not really his team, but he did love Danny Dimes last year. We're going to do a vote at the end to see who won. We'll put it on Twitter.
How many rounds are we doing, Mario?
I have 12. I figured we would close it out whenever we wanted to, really. But it's honestly moving at a good pace. It just makes it a little bit tougher. We don't have to read the picks because the 30 seconds too tough. It's zooming by.
It goes too quick.
It goes fast. Oh, there's somebody just staring at you. There. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh.
I'm going to take. I wanted my third RB.
You got to go D-Mont here, dude. There's 18 touchdowns for grabs. Is that what Jamal had? 18?
Yeah.
18.
I have him in my top 20. I think I have 22 maybe. Yeah, I think I have 22. It's just there's a ton of touchdowns. I don't have him getting 18, but there's a lot out there to be had. Wanted my third running back. Very comfortable with my receiving core so far. And I'm hoping I got somebody coming my way who I really like.
If it's wide receivers, I'm going to go wide receiver here.
I think there's going to be a very quick RB, or I was going to say a very quick wide receiver run.
I'm so sad about that.
Who do you go to? Okay.
Yeah, Najigba.
Why do you go him over Addison or Dotson or Evans?
Evans is easy. I'm not touching that team, dude. I'm just not. And like,
I agree with that.
You could put the points to wherever. I could care less if I love Mike Evans. He's honestly been like, I wouldn't say my favorite wide receiver, but I have loved him since he entered the league. I'm just not going to buy into that offense. And if I'm wrong, then I'll probably feel how I felt about the Seahawks last season. But even then felt like, in hindsight, when you look back, like maybe I should have been on DK Metcalf. But I still don't feel that guilty about Tyler Lockett. And this is Baker Mayfield versus Geno. I'll just be wrong. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong, is how I feel about that whole offense.
Yeah, no.
Rachaad White, too.
I'm 1,000% in with you on that. Rachaad White, where he's going, I think is value. Just because he's gonna get the work.
Maybe.
I mean, who's competing with him for touches?
It's slim, but like
you know what I mean?
Yeah, well, he's gonna hate what I say.
He's gonna get like 250 rushes. He'll get some receiving work. And just the value where he's going. He's going like RB 19 or 20. Yeah, it's not going to be a good offense, but just the pure touches alone is worth an RB 20 gamble.
Yeah, I hear what you're saying, and then I think I agree with you. I'm a little bit higher on the prospect of Sean Tucker, but there's a lot of ifs with that. So not only that, but I'm also lower than I think than most people on Rachaad White, because go watch our episodes last year. He was somebody that I liked a lot, and I thought he was better than Lenny. And every time he was given the opportunity, he didn't. And he was a rookie, so you know what? He could ball out this season. But every time he ran, man, it wasn't like it was like, oh. I bet you if you look at his efficiency and his advanced metrics, if you look at Rachaad White's, I bet you it's low almost everywhere but volume. It was just from a film perspective, because I really did watch a lot of Rachaad last season.
He wasn't very good.
Exciting. No,
it wasn't very good. I agree with you. But
you got your QB, huh?
Yeah, I got my QB, Deshaun Watson. He's again, for the way the board has been falling.
You got lucky that pretty much QBs went real dry after T-Law.
Yeah, but you got to think when you're in a draft, right, and someone uses a top 4 round pick on a QB, they're gonna wait to get their second QB. They're gonna wait.
Oh, just any of these other guys.
Yeah, no, I mean, but so my last pick when I took Montgomery, I was looking at a QB, right? I had 2 that I was very comfortable with taking, Dak Prescott and Deshaun Watson. I looked at the board. I saw that everyone ahead of me had a QB besides
You scroll us down
just
a little
Josh,
bit,
right? There were 2 people ahead of me that didn't. I was ready. I was willing to take that gamble that I would still get one of my guys.
There goes a second
and it worked
QB
out.
right now. Norton got his guy, Anthony Richardson. I should have stole him just to piss him off.
I know. You should have. You really should have.
So funny.
I don't like any of these. I'm gonna go with Elijah because I'm in on him. It's a little early, probably a round early, but he's not coming back to me if I wait. I don't think. And I want to
pick him with one of mine.
I want to get that stack there with Watson, right? So if Elijah Moore has a really good season, I got that stack with Deshaun Watson and Elijah. I'm willing to go a little bit early to get that, and I'm happy with it. I'm happy with where I'm taking him there. So I have 4 receivers that I'm very comfortable with: a QB, a tight end, and then three RBs. His ADP is going to skyrocket this year.
Chigs, I think it's already.
It is, but I'm saying
round is this 9?
So this is 9, but I'm saying he's going to get up there too. I think he's going to pass Njoku, Evan Ingram, maybe Freiermuth. Like he's going to be in that top like 6 or 7.
No,
I think so. The way everyone's talking about him,
I know
he's
people are hyping
like
him up.
everybody is pumping him up.
I just trust Coop so much, but like it just feels like one of those everyone's hyping him up. It's just he's gonna let down everyone sort of a bet, and it has nothing to do with any sort of actual statistical evidence. But I feel like that happens. We usually get like one guy, and it's like the whole community's like, "Yep, he's gonna go off," and then it just doesn't happen.
Yeah, no, it happens every year that we talk somebody up so much their ADP skyrockets like 5 rounds, and then they just can't do it.
Fall short, yeah. I went Dulcich there. I'm scared that it was also early, but it's my tight end for the year.
Let me ask you this, Mario. The way you're constructing your team right now, are you doing any sort of approach? Like, are you doing
value, Rob?
You're just going value based off of your rankings? Usually,
but then I start panicking. What happens is, value based off my rankings, but sometimes ADP value too. So the Jalen Hurts pick, obviously, I love Jalen Hurts. It showed 24 ADP. Of course, I'm going to take him at, I don't know what that is, 30. Mm-hmm. So that was I had no desire to take a QB that early. I know that this season is different. It was there. Yeah. Also with I do not. I like the one spot that I don't feel great about that I've messed up a little bit is the wide receiver position. I'm struggling. So and now I'm throwing a ton of darts, hoping to fix that. And I have no clue what dart I'm about to throw right now.
I see it is. I'm willing to
ugly.
take.
I'm running out of time, Rob.
Take him.
Oh, I hate that.
Wow.
Oh no.
Interesting pick, dude.
I should have just kept up with the rookies and went Zay. Oh,
I'm surprised you didn't take. I'm surprised you didn't take your other boy.
Oh, I hate the Jacoby Myers one. That's sad.
Yeah, it is. It's all right.
I'm so sad.
All right, that's why we're doing these drafts, right? You got to iron out these issues before it.
You hate to see it, dude.
Yeah, you hate to see it.
You hate to see it. Damn.
Okay, so I'm very comfortable with my team. Okay. And there's one player that got to this point that would not get to this point if he wasn't suspended. Jameson Williams. I'm willing to wait because I have the flexibility in my roster where I could let him sit for those 6 weeks and it's not going to hurt me at all. And if he comes out and he is electric and elite, like he just catapults my team instantly. And then I have some trading pieces with Elijah Moore and DJ Moore if I want to go that route, right? So if Williams comes back and he's just nuts right to begin with, I can trade someone. I could trade him. I have some flexibility there.
Oh, man, I hate my Jacoby Myers pick.
How many? Where are you at?
I have 5 receivers.
You got 5. So you could have, but you're banking on 2 rookie wide receivers coming in and being good.
I want another dart throw.
So it's a little, you know what I mean? It's a little tough. You want, like, Jacoby Myers for me is a safe play. Like, he's going to get you points.
Play. It might have. Maybe that's where my brain went. Like, okay, get somebody that I think is talented, usually just in a weird situation, and maybe that's where my brain went.
Like, to me, for you, that's not a bad pick because you're banking on 2 rookie receivers coming in and being good, and then you get a Jacoby Myers.
Like, my brain went on autopilot, and I saw 3 seconds, and I picked whatever my brain picked. It did, and that's who it was.
Yeah, no, you get a Jacoby Myers. That should produce at some level.
I think so. I'm just a little worried about the QB situation there. But again, in June, I'd be much more comfortable knowing that it's Jimmy, I guess. Las Vegas is going to be trash. I feel bad for Devontae. I think Devontae's going to have some troubles this season. Or he needs to be traded. If he gets traded with it.
Me and you are the 2 low guys on him this year, right? Like, do you have him outside your top 12?
I'm at 12.
I'm at 13. So me and you're
too disrespectful
too low
to remove him from my top 12.
Yeah. It like, I did my rankings, right? So that's how I do it. I always do all my rankings and numbers and go through it. And then I come back and then I'll organize it all and I'll see where everything falls. When I did it, he fell to 13, and I was looking. I was like, "How the hell did this happen?" Where I have Devontae Adams outside my top 12.
It's tough. It's a bad.
It's
QB.
Very tough. Again, I think it's the changing of the guards in the NFL, where younger receivers are coming in. They're going to be better. Some receivers, too. Yeah, and that's where I was going. Some receivers teamed up with some really good quarterbacks, and he teamed up with someone that right now might not even make the roster.
Right.
There's just so many question marks about what's going on there that it's tough to rely on him. It's tough to, and the reason he was so good last season was he had like 170 some targets, right? 160 some targets. I don't see that happening this year. I really don't see that happening. I don't know if Jimmy Garoppolo ever thrown that many passes to one player. Like, what's his max, wide receiver target?
And they have Jacoby there, right? Last year it was Matt Collins and Hunter Renfrow, and Hunter Renfrow might be the sneaky pick in this offense. And I'm not going to bang that drum like I did last year, but he's very much a wide receiver that Jimmy Garoppolo would throw a ton to.
Yeah, weren't there a lot of rumors about him being traded?
Hunter Renfrow?
Yeah.
Not that I saw.
I saw some rumors about him getting traded. So I don't hate that pick. A nice little safe backup QB in case Watson shits the bed because he wasn't that great last season. So I'm happy with having Goff right there. I think it's a safe play. And then I have my Jameson Williams and Jared Goff and Goff stack if that works out.
The golf stack. So we're finishing it up here. Do you want to run through your team? You don't have to really give explanation on run through the team and then tell us like your build and your strategy, not so much each person. Okay. We'll hear plenty about the people.
Sure. So kind of what you said, man, I really went value and players falling to me in positions where I didn't think they would fall to me, but more so based off of my rankings as opposed to ADP. So Cooper Kupp going to me at 1.5. I have him as my number 1 wide receiver right now, but it's close with him and JJ, like very close, but they're my clear-cut 1-2. So Cooper Kupp falling to me right there. I love it. So I'll take that all day at the 5. And then Tony Pollard, I told you he's my RB2. So I was hoping he'd fall to me because that's what ADP says. But it worked out where he came to me, and I got my number 1 wide receiver and my number 2 RB in rounds 1 and 2. Then Devontae Smith, that was the one where I was kind of contemplating where I wanted to go. He was not my favorite, but not my least favorite, and I think he's a really solid wide receiver 2. I think I'm the low end on him this season, and he's my wide receiver 17. So I think that's the floor is wide receiver 17, and he has the potential to be a lot better. And then DJ Moore, I love him this season. I think he's going to be very good. He's in my top 20.
Yeah. Rob, go more based off of like this whole team, like the approach you took as far as like, we'll talk about your players enough this season. So like tell them what's going on. Like you went 3 wide receivers in the first 4 rounds. Like that's interesting. Yeah. You took your tight end by 6th round. You know what I mean? You waited on the QB.
No, it was solely based off of the players falling to me in that position based off of my rankings.
Yeah.
I went for best value and team build because I took the 3 receivers. We were talking about this during the draft. I took the 3 receivers in the first 4 rounds because I think there's a dead gap a little bit with receivers. Rounds like 5, 6, 7. I'm not in love with a lot of those receivers. So I wanted to make sure I had a top 3 receiver set where I'm very comfortable with in those first 4 rounds.
We did.
And then I really like the RBs and tight ends in that gap where I don't like the receivers. So that's how I filled that out.
Your RBs are fine. Your RBs are great. I think I'm cutting you off just for a moment because I want you to explain more. I literally like this team. I think how this all fell to you felt really good. My only issue is the tight end. And that's kind of not a personal. It is a preference thing though. I don't think Waller's got the juice anymore. But this team is, I like the running backs. I like the wide receivers.
No, I love this, and based off of my rankings and everything that I hold like that's my value. Like this couldn't have fallen better to me. It really could not. Like if this was my team going into the season, I'd be ecstatic. And then I would have came back.
Deshaun Watson insurance even.
Yeah, no, I got everybody that I'm super high on, and I have some safe insurances and some gambles with like Jameson Williams, where like if he didn't get suspended, he'd be a top 6 round pick, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm willing to take that gamble. Elijah Moore coming over, that might be a discount coming from the Jets because he had a terrible season last year.
I would have taken him with one of my picks in the next 2.
Yeah, I just went for discount while being mindful of ADP, where okay, this is the zone where I really don't like receivers. Let me try to iron out my running backs and tight end.
Right. No, I'm not even just saying that. Like full well if I hated your team, I would straight up.
Yeah, I know you'd say it.
The players that I don't necessarily love are right there in 6. But like again, that's a preference thing, right? Like if you went Christian Watson at that spot, it may have been a tiny reach, but I'd be much more about it. So it's preference, right? Like I just like how the wide receiver, running back, wide receiver, running back panned out perfectly for you at the 5 hole. It really did. Mine is such you can literally. What do you want? And my dog is just over here whining. You can literally see mine. Mine came in with no strategy, and I think my team shows that. I'm not like in love with this team. I'm not mad at it, but there's pieces that I'm not happy about. So like I felt fine reaching Chubb. Chubb's ADP was 16 there. Felt fine with it. At that spot, I had no clue what I was going to do. I was thinking I would get, a Bajan, maybe gross, like Eckler might have fallen there.
So let me ask you this real quick. I'm sorry to cut you off. No. Why did you go? I know why you went RB. Okay. Because there was a lot of receivers going off the board. So the value's at RB, but you also kind of jumped up with the RB with ADP. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah, go ahead.
What you're saying makes perfect sense. I could have reached on AJ Brown or CD Lamb, and I ended up reaching on Chubb instead.
And then hopefully Chubb comes back to you.
It probably would have been smarter. I think you're absolutely right because his
Because he may have
it
fallen.
would have been close. It would have been close.
But I think you would have came away with one of him or Derrick Henry at that spot.
It was a panic move based on the first mock and having 30 seconds. Garrett Wilson was all along my second round target. I was pretty much that played into me reaching on an RB. I kind of had my mindset up RB wide receiver. Thought it was going to be like or I didn't want to do Barkley, and I don't necessarily. I like Chubb more than Taylor. I think I don't know if I have that ranked that way. Hurts fell to me, but then the rest is like kind of taken. I think this is where the dart throws would have happened, Rob. Like if I could have got a good wide receiver in round 4, I would have done it. There wasn't a guy that I loved there.
Didn't love anybody.
Watson would have been way too much of a reach.
What about Keenan? Aren't you high on Keenan?
No, I mean maybe compared to you guys, but I don't think it was like I don't know. J.K. Dobbins felt like the best value there. I think I'm highest on him in that area. And then for the rest of the draft, I pretty much had to throw darts at wide receiver and tight end, really, because I bypassed tight end for a while.
Yeah.
This was a sloppy mock for me. I don't hate my team. I don't love it, but it was very sloppy, and I'm glad we got one out of the way.
Yeah. I love your RBs. I like your RBs a lot. Your top 3 RBs I really like. Because I'm high on JK this year. I think he's gonna have a really good year as long as everything works out with that contract and all that sort of stuff. I really like Garrett Wilson and Judy.
Yeah, and I would even say like my hurtful spot is wide receiver 2 maybe and tight end. Those are my
Judy has to pan out.
Flex. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
Judy has to pan out. He's
got to be a top 15 receiver. And that's a tough gamble, We're
going to have some data to show these round correlations soon. I'm working on it.
Yeah,
I'm
excited
that you said the top 15 because like we will actually have like he needs to be a so-and-so wide receiver for him to pan out at round 5.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. No,
I think it's going to be cool because we'll be able to look at these like mocks. We're behind a little bit, but Vegas took the best of me.
Vegas took the life out of you for a little bit.
Dude, I haven't made a video. I brought my laptop. It didn't get opened.
I told you. I
thought for sure it would. I thought I was going to be bored. It was so fun. I had a lot of fun. I mean, we can wrap this up, Robbie. Like, that was fun. We do need to get more of these. I don't know if I have a ton of mocks on, and we already skipped, I think, 2 of them. I don't know if I have a ton on the season, so you and I might just have to hop on random nights, maybe like Tuesdays or Saturdays or something. Sundays probably work better, but it depends. I'll double check the schedule, see if we have some. But it's time, guys. It's almost July.
Hey, dude, more mocks.
We're
the
cooking.
Better. Iron sharpens iron, baby. Iron sharpens iron.
That's right, Rob. Dad bod guts sharpen dad bod guts.
Just bounce them together.
Yeah.
Get a little jealous.
All right, dude. Any last thoughts before we head out of here?
If this was a real league, I'd probably win, but
let's put these up for a poll. I'm not feeling great about my chances of winning. Maybe the world will like mine a little bit more. I think you beat me here though. So I'll already go on the record and I lost. But let's put it into a poll. Let's see what Twitter says.
Line it up, Mario.
All right, dude.
There's your winner.
For myself, for Robbie Bobby, peace out.
Peace.
I hit that. I'll hit the outro music. We could hit this. Vegas took the best out of it. Thank you for watching our episode. If you enjoyed this episode, please make sure you like and subscribe to our YouTube channel.
If you aren't already following us on Twitter, check us out at DadBodFS.
We'll be posting all of our best clips and videos to all of our social media: TikTok, Instagram, Twitch, Facebook, YouTube. You can find us on there at DadBod Fantasy Squad.
Lastly, if you'd rather just listen, we make sure we post our audio of each episode on all the major streaming platforms. Stick with us all season long so together we can count our trophies and not our calories.